Inside a barn. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lisa Hernandez.
And I'm Andy Sirota. That tragedy.
Monday.
It is warm. We might actually break records.
Oh,
so
boy.
it's already in the 80s. And I got to show you this map because not every place in Texas is in the 80s. Some of us are already at 50. So let's take a look. We're tracking a cold front. This thing.
All right, Brittany, thank you.
An urgent call for help this afternoon, only 3 days before Thanksgiving. The 46th annual Super Feast is in desperate need of donations.
Yeah, right now they are hosting an emergency food drive. Our Kathy, the holidays travel rush kicked into high gear over the weekend, and it's only going to continue to grow from here. TSA planning for a record number of flyers this week.
And whether you're flying or driving to your destination, be prepared for some possible delays. NBC's Emily Akeda joins us with the latest. KPRC2 Investigates is looking into thieves cutting cable lines for copper.
Now to the latest in the Hernandez brothers' bid for freedom. In less than an hour, Eric and Lyle Hernandez are expected to appear virtually in court for the first time in years as they continue fighting for a resentencing and release.
And this comes as a new district attorney is about to take office, potentially delaying their case. NBC's Liz Kreutz has been following this one and tells us what we can expect today.
This weather, it's not bad out there. It's a little warmer than we might like it.
A little warmer, a little humid.
Here, but not bad.
No.
It's like peaches and blossoms right now. The sun is shining. It's warm, but we have changes in the forecast.
Okay.
So a lot to talk about. Let me show you a live.
Knock off all the pie.
Yes, exactly.
If you need a break from the family, you can just take a walk. I mean, we need good weather for these things.
That is true. Mother Nature giving us that. There
Those
you go.
walks do wonders, I'm telling
They
you.
do.
Sure do.
Thanks, Brittany.
Time to check in with Houston Life.
Let's get on over to Derek Shore, standing by in Studio B. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Andy and Lisa. Great to see you both. Happy Monday as we kick off a brand new holiday week here.
We'll take the motivation anytime we can get
And
it.
Derek's sweet mom.
She's wonderful.
We love.
We love when she comes to visit.
Oh, well, I do too. You got to stop by and say hi.
We certainly will.
We will. All right, Derek, we'll see you at 1.
Communication lines is a crime on the rise, affecting everything from at-home jobs to getting prescriptions filled to dialing 911.
The city of Houston alone has seen a 17% jump in the number of communication lines being cut. KPRC2 investigator Robert Arnold is talking with police and industry experts about the impact this has on a critical part of our infrastructure and the work being done to crack down on this crime.
Warm.
It is warm. It's a pretty day, though, Brittany.
It is a pretty day.
Yeah.
Sun, clouds, warm, and kind of breezy, too. We got a little bit of everything, but let's talk about, at least we're not dealing with colder temperatures or rain. Live look again if you have.
Turning now to politics, with President-elect Donald Trump announcing a flurry of picks for top jobs in his administration.
Several candidates are facing potential confirmation fights in the Senate. NBC's Hallie Jackson has the latest. That was NBC's Hallie Jackson reporting. Still ahead, spreading holiday cheer by fostering a homeless pet for the Thanksgiving weekend. Gearing up for its annual Turkey Day event with the 75th HEB Thanksgiving Day Parade.
And today we got a quick preview of some of the floats we're going to be seeing on Thanksgiving morning. Take a look. Legend Pancho Claus, who is given to hundreds of kids across Houston every year, is having surgery today after suffering a heart attack. Thankful that yesterday's game is over. My goodness, the Texans were favored to win going into the game against Tennessee.
They were, but instead they were embarrassed at NRG by the Tennessee Titans, who came into the game 2-8.
For the fall feel, we enjoyed it last week. We don't have it
Yes.
today, but it's going to be making a return here.
I love your passion and enthusiasm. You're getting me pumped up. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to give you that forecast. Everything she said and he said was correct, and you are right. Let me show you a live look. Have a wonderful time. Finally wear those Uggs, sweaters, and pumpkin spice lattes.
Walk off all the dessert.
Yes, I love that.
Yes, thanks, Brittany. All right, move.
96% of U.S. teens use the internet every day, and 46% of them say they're online almost constantly.
Those numbers have nearly doubled from 2014 to 2015, where only 24% of teens reported being online. Health reporter Haley Hernandez tells us how to spot internet addiction in your teen. Well, many of us are preparing to spend the holidays surrounded by family, friends, and loved ones, but that's not the case for some of our four-legged friends in need.
That's right. Rescued Pets movement is working to give these animals a chance to experience the warmth of a home this Thanksgiving, and they need your help. Our Zach Lajway sat down with Rescued Pets movement to talk about how you can make a difference in an animal's life this holiday season.
Live Thanksgiving, just days away. Andy.
That's right. The Houston Rockets are ready to give back as their season of giving continues. We're getting a look at how the team is helping us.
Thank you for joining us here at 4. I'm Lisa Hernandez.
And I'm Andy Sirota. Now to a developing story. A Tomball teen facing serious charges in connection to the death of his brother.
The Harris County Sheriff
new curriculum that would include Bible lesson plans in public schools. It's optional, but includes financial incentives for districts that opt in. One
of the board members who voted against it is also a state representative, a former school teacher, and a devout Christian who is now studying to become a Presbyterian minister. And Representative James Tallarico, a Democrat who represents a portion of Travis County. Representative Tallarico, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We know you have a really unique perspective given your background. We appreciate you being here. Many who've been critical of Bluebonnet education call it preaching and not teaching. Why is that?
Opponent to this, Texas ranks 43rd in education funding. Money is scarce for a lot of districts. This new curriculum has a financial incentive to it. Do you think that will twist the arm of districts who otherwise wouldn't take part? And was that done by design?
You know, I worry about that. They say that this
new curriculum say the separation of church and state isn't just for the benefit of our democracy, but also for the benefit of the church. Can you explain that?
That's exactly right. So the separation
challenges?
I certainly expect legal challenges.
Representative James Tallarico, certainly appreciate your perspective and your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for having me.
Temperatures continues for the holiday week.
It certainly does. Let's get on over to meteorologist Brittany Begley. It's a nice blue sky behind you, but a little bit warm today.
I know it is. Yeah, we've been tracking those record-breaking temperatures. We're tying in at least for today, but Mother Nature trying to get Turkey Day right. So let's talk about it together. We have a compromise.
Cue an urgent call for help with just 3 days until Thanksgiving. The 46th annual Super Feast says they're running low on donations and they need your help to feed hundreds of families this holiday.
Yeah, right now they are hosting an emergency food drive. If you can spare non-perishables or even turkey, you can make a difference. Our Kathy Hernandez is at the drop-off site with what you need to know to lend a hand. Thanks to Kathy for that report. Houston, we know, is ready to celebrate Thanksgiving in style with the 75th annual HEB Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes, and today we got a sneak peek at some of the incredible floats that are set to take over.
All right, childcare isn't just expensive. For some families, it's out of reach, especially for parents working off
holiday season. It may be hard to stay on the healthy track when it comes to food.
All flies out the window. I know. This morning on the KPRC 2 Plus Now live stream, Amy Davis spoke to Kingwood personal trainer Lauren Neal about some ways you can still enjoy your Thanksgiving meal without the guilt. The week here, Brittany.
I love that. She was talking about pecan pie, and I said, yes, we're going to have the great weather to go ahead and do that. So enjoy those Thanksgiving sides, turkey, and everything else. Yeah. Mother Nature's hooking us up. But I wanted to start with this because it's really walking Mother Nature.
Take a walk. That's it.
Gonna feel like fall, finally.
Yes.
Thanks, Brittany.
Coming up.
Well, good news this Thanksgiving. The holiday feast will cost a little less this year. The American KPRC2 Investigates is looking into thieves cutting cable lines for cost. The tragic death of a Harris County Precinct 5 deputy constable last week is once again highlighting the need for child care, especially for our first responders and other essential personnel who work off hours. Joining us to talk about the accessible, affordable child care is State Representative Armando Wally. Thank you so much for being with us. Let's jump right in here. Deputy Constable Hudson's death highlights the difficult choices that parents in Texas have to make. What steps can state lawmakers take with the legislative session coming up in January that would expand access to affordable and reliable child care?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. I want to send our condolences.
We know it's not just lawmakers who can move the needle here. What can folks who are watching right now do to help bring about much needed change?
Well, look, right now, the
120 Texas nonprofits that have signed on to advocate for better access to affordable child care. Will that help convince lawmakers that this is something that needs to be addressed immediately?
Absolutely. So you have and
we'll see what's authored and what makes it through this next special session starting early next year. Representative Armando Wally, thank you so much for your time and your perspective this afternoon. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you, and God bless you to our family members in law enforcement.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Doing a little shopping for the Thanksgiving holiday. Just keep the shorts on.
Yeah, you're braving the grocery store the week of Thanksgiving. I know I got to do some shopping.
I do too.
I know,
right?
I felt a little guilty buying those mashed potatoes and that turkey in my flip-flops, but you're right, we should be. I mean, we were in the 80s, 86, we tied records, and even the flamingos, look, they're living their best lives.
Now to a KPRC2 investigation. The theft of communication lines is a crime on the rise, affecting everything from at-home jobs to getting prescriptions filled to calling 911.
The city of Houston alone has seen a 17% jump in the number of communication lines that are being cut. KPRC2 investigator Robert Arnold is talking with police and industry experts about the impact it's having on part of our critical infrastructure and the work that's being done to crack.
Microsoft says it has fixed the problems that caused outages for Outlook and Teams users worldwide this morning. That outage left many companies and workers struggling to stay connected. The tracking site did.
Of course, staying healthy during the holidays is very important.
Still to come here for Thanksgiving, you should also protect yourself and your family from getting sick.
Reporter Mandy Gaither has more on what to do now to help prevent getting sick over Thanksgiving.
Also, safety sometimes takes a back seat. That can lead to accidents or even tragedies. The risk of cooking fires, decorating mishaps, and new toy-related injuries are real. Palm Springs is the communications director of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. Spoke to us this morning on the KPRC2 Plus live stream.
We have some changes on the way.
Thank goodness.
I know,
Unless
right?
you like the heat.
Exactly.
I'm sorry if you like it, but I think a lot of us want to feel some fall
Yes,
temps
please.
here.
I know. I mean, that is what I've heard from everybody. And everyone has asked, even at the grocery store, they're like, is it going to feel like fall? And Mother Nature is delivering right on Thanksgiving. So she's giving us a little bit of a gift.
Snow.
Oh, you know what? We'll take it. Snow, no snow, and extra calories this week. There you go.
Okay, Brittany, thank you. All right, still to come, the Macy's up. All right, a two-story puffy puppy is making big city dwellers do a double take while highlighting an important animal health issue just in time for the holidays.
Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This. That doesn't look too bad.
You can have my plate, Andy. You go right ahead, my friend.
That does it for KPRC2 News at 4.
Live in the newsroom with much more on what advocates say needs to happen. Lisa.
Danny and Keith, these advocates want transparency and change, and they say that they worry for the fate of the other dogs and cats at the Conroe Animal Shelter. When that puppy you mentioned chewed off his foot, it spurred an investigation by the city and the firing of the company that was contracted to provide veterinary care. Care Corporation was fired, and now the Conroe Police Department is running the animal shelter, but volunteers and other advocates say they don't have the expertise to do this effectively or humanely. Did say it was wrong for his shelter staff not to scan the injured puppy for a microchip. He's now made it shelter policy to scan every animal. Advocates say it should have been that way all along, and they fear more mistakes will be made at the expense of the animals. As for the puppy they offered to euthanize, the Good Samaritan who found him was able to collect donations for his emergency surgery. He's now recovering, doing well with a medical foster, and will be up for adoption through a private rescue when he recovers. We'll continue to follow his story and the future of the shelter, because as it stands right now, community members say they are concerned it's in the wrong hands. Live in the newsroom, Lisa Hernandez, KPRC2 News.
We want those animals treated right, Lisa. Thank you so much.